head-to-head, pure domination by Fop.
Face-offs will determine possession, obviously, and momentum in this game. You turn to P.D. LaSalle, and Lars Tiffany telling us that he spent a lot of time in the offseason working on his counters.
Right.
This is a young man who's so used to dominating the draw that he had no answers when he lost the draw to Fop. He's worked on some counter moves.
There's P.D. LaSalle, All-American on the right for Virginia, and Jacob Fop. They have met each other a number of times over the years, and as we mentioned last year, LaSalle just 12 of 46 in the 2 games against Syracuse. Big battle to start this game. Big ground ball in the middle of the field. Won by Syracuse. And Fop picked up the ground ball. Now we'll get a chance to see the orange and Gary Gates' offense, along with offensive coordinator Pat March. Dordovic firing with his left. Good save. Matthew Nunes with a good save, and here comes Virginia. Soliday off to Matt Morrow, scores!
The Wahoos love to run off the defensive stop. It's Chismar back to Soliday. It's a 5-on-4 break. Matt Moore back in the lineup. Righty rip top shelf.
Battling a hamstring injury, but we were at practice yesterday, and out on that first goal by Matt Moore. They're athletic, they're fast, and they're strong.
Schellenberger up top. Save that time. Another rebound chance and a score. Cormier in a spot right in front of the crease and just picking up the loose change and burying it.
Schellenberger is going to get his looks, and you cannot allow Virginia to get rebounds, especially when 24 and white is around the face-off or the crease area. He crashes the crease. He's a Canadian box player. He's got the softest hands on the team, Peyton Cormier. Look at that. Look at that catch, the one-handed grab, the awareness to understand where the defensive pressure is high level.
Here he is, trying to put a shoulder into the defender, can't knock him off the ball. Instead, it's going to be a turnover. Now back to Virginia, though, in an unsettled situation. Cavaliers are going to get a good look and a goal. And it's the defensive midfielder, the veteran Jack Peel, graduate student who stayed on the field. And it was a good thing for the Cavs as he found himself in a great opportunity to score.
Virginia likes to ride, Quint. They're never going to make it easy for Syracuse. Syracuse blows an opportunity in terms of stopping the Cavaliers and getting out of their zone, and look what happens.
It was great initial defense, but the faulty clear, and then you're scrambling defensively, and Peel has got a good burst. He gets down that left-handed alley. That's just a nightmare scenario for Syracuse, who made the initial stop.
Yeah, look at this beast. Griffin Schutz, only a freshman, 26 in white.
He scores!
Oh my gosh. He's a Mack truck.
Tommy, a lot of Moy draped all over him.
This is just a display of power.
Do you remember I told you yesterday about Schutz, where he should operate from? Goal line extended because of this. He is too big, he's too strong. The Cavs are rolling.
Great play, Chris. Great play. Confident, assertive.
Look at that defense. Sebo, though, gets through and scores. How did he get through all those defenders?
If you look at the slide and the help defense from Virginia, they're swinging sticks. They're not bringing body. And when you bring body, you can plant 14 in orange on the floor. But right here, he does a nice job in terms of establishing above goal line, and then they're just swinging right there. There's 3 guys there.
That's a well-timed and angled double team. They just don't finish the play, right?
No, but to finish the play, when there's 3 guys there, you got...
Moore looking to do it on his own. Well, Cormier just had to come out of his cross. Now he gets it back. Look at him get a shot on goal. And still chasing after the rebound. Leveled by Fop, but that's going to be a loose ball push from behind against Syracuse.
Cotter, Lars Tiffany.
Out of his hands, though. Back to the Cavaliers.
It's a feeding frenzy on these clears.
Cormier.
Got numbers. He's got numbers.
Dixon gives up the shot. Extra pass. Moore scores. Beautiful.
Hot potato, selfless lacrosse, Quint.
I'm not sure they sensed that they had the numbers, and all of a sudden you kind of look around and think, hey guys, it's a 4-on-3 and then or a 5-on-4. Watch the passing. Here's the turnover, like piranhas. Ball's on the carpet, off to the races. At the other end, you share the ball. The spacing's gorgeous. This end line view will show it. Tick, tack, toe. Oh no, you want it. Schellenberger, so unselfish.
Schellenberger and Schellenberger, to me, they define the word selfless lacrosse.
Look at Petey LaSalla here. He shoots it. Can't quite get it past Gavin. They're not afraid to keep LaSalla on the field. The faceoff man for Virginia let him
Petey
get
can
involved in the
score,
offense.
man. Petey has proven to be a shooter and a scorer.
They showed a lot of this look in week 1.
Xander Dixon scores. Man, Virginia's firing on all cylinders right now.
This is gut check time for the Orange defense. They showed a lot of fight. I was really impressed with the way Syracuse played last week at home in the Dome, standing toe-to-toe with Maryland. But their heads are spinning right now, whether it's been transition, extra man.
Where they're supposed to be, the lingo, the timing of the slides. You see that in this unit for sure.
The freshman Griffin Schutz on a short stick. He'll come upfield, roll back, and score.
Look,
He's a problem.
Yeah,
He's a big matchup problem.
Literally a big problem.
We saw him at the Under Armour All-American game. And when you see the size of his neck, you think of him as an ACC linebacker, not an ACC midfielder. The force and the ability to feel the defensive pressure and then to own the leverage game. We've seen this twice now. Griffin Schutz is not a player that you want to...
Corey, he comes upfield, gets a better angle and scores.
A player's path and development are never going to be similar to another player's. And Will Corey, the light bulb has gone on. We sat down with Lars Tiffany yesterday, and he said, Coach, why is Corey in the lineup? He says, you know what? He's got Petey in the dad.
Yes.
And how bought in that he is to being the best in his craft.
Skip pass and a beauty and a goal. Just as the clock was winding down on that man-up situation, Owen Seabold gets his second of the game. And Syracuse inches their way a little closer.
That was nice, Carter.
It was. There's two ways that you can get some offense rolling here. One is the one-on-one dodges and getting the separation. The other is finding seams with skip passes against this Virginia defense. This is a gorgeous pass by Lucas Quinn. A little bit of a look away. He gets the defense kind of to shift lower.
Gold Nunes went out to play defense outside of the crease, Q, and you were known to do that as a player, but it comes back to bite him.
Decisions. What you could get away with at the high school level, suddenly at the college level, things move a lot faster. Here he is helping in the hung man situation. Okay, and number one, a lot of times I don't like the way that's being executed. I mean, that's just, it's obviously not going to work. There's no reason for the goalie in that scenario to go back and play that man.
When they break down the tape,
Xander Dixon offers flexibility. He's a slash, attack slash midfield.
Here he comes. Finds an open man. It's another goal for the Cavs. It's Peyton Cormier.
Tell you, Dixon, twinkle toes, man. He's so light on his feet.
he is. And when you watch him in high school, which I was able to do from the Brunswick School in Connecticut, about a half hour from where I am, he played attack. He was a quarterback, operated behind the cage. You get a guy with that experience now going against short sticks in his comfort zone. Possessions offensively. And against this team with this offensive talent, it's not a recipe for success.
Dixon working on the shorty, but gets it inside again to Cormier.
Watch his head the entire time he's dodging. Watch 10 and White. When you see him operating, he understands where pressure is. He understands where his teammates are finding the seams. Just watch his head as he dodges.
There's no second slide here, or the second slide is late, and the coverage on the inside is late. But my point is, why are you double teaming Xander Dixon right there? He is not a threat to score a goal. That is the
Fun game to watch. They went on Syracuse last year.
Brendan Nickturn doesn't get on TV enough.
He's awesome.
Black Knight.
Oh, look at that shot by Schellenberger. You couldn't walk up to that goal and place it any better.
I was gonna say.
No.
You talk about painting a corner.
What doesn't he do? I mean, you watch him, he's the ultimate quarterback with two hands, his ability to get teammates involved and run an offense. But you also forget about what he's able to do with both hands. This is his right hand. His offhand is equally as effective. You cannot ask for better placement. He absolutely have to catch and then bring the stick back, right, to make that release elongated. You want to catch and pop, and he has that. He has that in his hips. He catches it, and he torques his hips and releases in the same motion.
Defensive mistake there. Let Griffin Cook come up unchecked, and he gets the better of Nunes.
I think Cook is an important part of the Syracuse offensive piece this season, because Dordovic and Curry, they need reinforcements. They need help. I love the subtle head and shoulder fake there. He's baiting Nunes as if to say, I'm going to shoot high, and he yanked it at the last minute. Good deception.
One of the faster players on the team.
Where do you want to see him initiate from, Paul? Where do you think he's most comfortable carrying?
Here's Curry right here.
I think up top off of ball movement. That's a beautiful pass.
That's a beautiful play. Lucas Quinn finishes.
Well, there's Curry from X with the assist.
When you talk about
different
Dixon,
times in his career, they've started him behind the goal and have him run up the right side. We've seen him run down the right hash. Here he is, carries through X, and he's got the ability. Quinn does a good job of moving to mirror his movement, puts a lot of pressure on his defender.
I agree. When you watch Curry over the years, in Virginia in the second quarter, 2 and Orange has the ball right now. He's got to be aggressive. Who are the other Dodgers outside of Tucker Dordovic? Brendan Curry, I think, needs to establish himself as a force, 16 and Orange. It can't be just Tucker Dordovic and people waiting for separation.
And just like that, Tucker Dordovic finds the back of the net. That gets the bench going for Syracuse and gets him back to within 5.
Those are critical goals to start a quarter like that. You're going at halftime. Cuse played a good last 5 minutes of the second quarter, and it continues here. Go back early. They shot 1 of 10 to start this game. They're now shooting this identity of the Syracuse team last week. Awful scrappy, man. They fought. That was a really hard-fought game in the Dome against Maryland. You're seeing that same attitude again today.
And a goal!
This could be the game. This could be the game where Cook gets the confidence and the Orange desperately need that to happen. Owen Hiltz, he might be done for the season. The sensational sophomore from Canada, leading scorer a year ago. You need someone to step up to be the complementary force for Dordovic and Curry. And Cook in the first half with a beautiful invert goal. That time, he just uses the defense.
Like in basketball, saving it underneath your own basket. Never do that. Schellenberger. Two-man game with Dixon in front. Beautiful pass and a goal! Shuts on the receiving end of a beautiful dish.
There's an unspoken communication and a sense of timing that exists on this play that you know has been repped, you know has been felt out before in practice, but when you watch it on game, you're like, wow, how'd they just do that? Schutz knew when to cut.
Yep. And Schellenberger has the sixth sense to time that. That pass was gorgeous. Look at the finish, too, on the twister.
You can win a lot of games. You think about the hidden plays that Soliday makes.
Wow. Big shot. And a goal from Lucas Quinn. All right, back to 4 goals, the disadvantage.
Paul, we've seen this scenario the last 2 weeks already this season. At the end of a man-up opportunity, the defense kind of relaxes for a second. The penalty is not killed till everyone's matched up and settled in your 6-on-6.
I always say you have about 5 or 6 extra seconds, but watch the release of Lucas Quinn.
Mowing through it like, no big deal, we got this. Practicing the polo shirts and sweatpants.
Curry with the bouncer. Now they trail by just 3 goals.
Now they've swung the possession advantage and they've made adjustments on offense. Virginia's D early in this game was having a lot of success in the double teams. Syracuse spacing, passing, and shooting dramatically improved, and now the Orange. Otto celebrates, back in the ball game. Down 3 here at Klockner.
Successful clear by the Cavs. Soliday had a little bit of room. Simmons, he's got a lot of room and scores! Here's Simmons, he's feeling it against Rice. Uses the pick. Rice slides by. Rice loses his footing, so Simmons will get a look and score! And he paid the price for it. But the lead back up to 5 for the Cavaliers.
Oh, baby, this one's going to be a social media buzz one.
It will. And if you watch Simmons, what he does so well, watch how close he is to the crease on the initial dodge, so then Rice has to deal with the back iron of the cage.
I tell you, the one thing, Simmons is a left-hander. And so you got to be thinking that in your mind, that he's going to come back to his left. And so you...
Shot clock to 60. A tough feed inside to Cook. Loose ball.
Nice grounder by Chismar. We haven't talked about him much.
Zinn will shoot and score! Is that not a quintessential Evan Zinn goal? On the run, speed, and he beats Gavin.
Punt return, Quinn. Give it to your fastest athlete. Let him punt return it.
Keep it simple. Look at the defensive ground ball here. Noah Chismar dealing with pressure, secures the ball, understands that Evan's the fastest man in college lacrosse, and he's off to the races.
That's beautiful. How about Chismar with the dirty ground ball?
Goal felt like the answer. That goal took some
air out of Syracuse's sails a little bit here. Schellenberger could take a lot more, and he does. And a flag late. See, that's 4 in a row for Syracuse after 4 in a row for Virginia, rather, after Syracuse really started putting them to the fire here in the second half.
Some range from Schellenberger here, Clark. He's out in 2-point range.
Well, you know, as a rookie freshman a year ago, he started off playing midfield, and there's nowhere in the offensive zone he can't operate to make plays. And it looked like Gavin went, right, and allows them to be creative, to be expressive.
Oh, my goodness. Double team came. Schellenberger lost it. Cormier. It got back into Schellenberger's cross, and he was like, look what I found right on the doorstep.
This team is just too skilled. If you give them second opportunities.
There's been a lot of those.
Yeah.
Look,
you make
a great defensive play.
The hands, the skill, the awareness. We talked about defensively how this team is getting comfortable playing together, or offensively as well, too. And when you put Cormier in the middle, like Connor Schellenberger, he's just a lacrosse player, 24 in white.
3-3 for Schellenberger. LaSala, like that running back. Oh, and he scores!
Oh, he got crushed.
And the flag comes out, and now we're getting some pushing and shoving right around LaSala, who, be careful, he's still on his knees.
He was vulnerable after taking this shot, Cotter, and he took one to the head and neck area.
He's as tough as they come. A battler. This is a guy coming into this game.
Syracuse, and then Kate Sawstead said something.
There's the head. A clear foul, and it could have been more than 1 minute, honestly. This is a player's falling and he's vulnerable, and watch, that's in the flow of action. It just ends up being high.
I don't think there was malicious.
Moore scores.
Senior Matt Moore taking the extra step to greatness. You know, Matt Moore and Syracuse's Brett Kennedy, like really the only two seniors on the field in this game today. Matt Moore, I would expect him to be a top 5 Premier Lacrosse League draft.
But Schellenberger and Moore, because Schellenberger was, when he first started playing in his redshirt freshman year, and that's a goal by Syracuse on the far end. Mikey Berkman scoring.
It's such a nice idea by Dordovic, isn't it? Kind of fake the jump shot and then the feed backside. Now the pass goes awry here and he kind of catches a break, but the look is next level.
I would agree with you. And Dordovic's one of those seasoned guys. He's a fifth-year junior, so he'll be back next year with the top recruiting class in the country. So the Orange are moving in a direction, right? You have that attack with the Kavanaughs and those midfielders and Dobson and Wheaton Jacobois.
Nice catch and goal, man. Griffin Cook. Clark, even if Syracuse takes the L today on the road, Griffin Cook has showed himself this afternoon. There's no question about that.
Yeah, and you're seeing the confidence in 2 and Orange. He made the one mental mistake with the behind-the-back pass at 12-9 when the Orange were kind of feeling it a little bit, potentially making that run. But I love his energy and his aggressiveness. Connor, we saw that last year. Garno right now hasn't done much. Connor is hurt. Those are the step-down guys that really could spray it from outside and stretch a defense.
How about the crowd here at Clocker showing their appreciation for that ride. Schellenberger, great look, and they finish it off.
I tell you, these fans are going berserk. They love transition lacrosse, banging on the metal bleachers, giving their riding midfielders energy, and they get the turnover at the midfield. They all come to their feet on this turnover. They love the swarming D right here. They're all up on their feet. And guess who? Noah Chismar finishes this one off in transition.
Gary Gate, Dave Petramala, this young Syracuse Orange team. Today, it was all about the 2-time defending champs. Virginia in front of a great crowd here at Clocker came out, forged an 8-1 lead early and never looked back. Syracuse threatened. They got it down to 3 in the second half, but just too much Virginia.
A wonderful day to be with you guys, to see the crowd here, to watch these two programs, to see the Virginia speed, Schellenberger and Moore, the skill on offense, and to watch a rookie goalie in Matt Nunes. A great day for us.
Yeah, props to Petey LaSala, who answered the bell after 2 really tough outings a season ago against Jacob Fopp in Syracuse. He dominates the face-off X, he answers the bell, and he feeds the Virginia offensive beast.
11 different goal scorers for Virginia.